Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. Today I'm gonna be telling y'all about my meps experience and why I didn't get to go to the hotel. I'm gonna be fully detailed, at least of my experience. So yeah, all right. So the reason I didn't go to the hotel was because I went to my recruiter's office on Wednesday, because I was supposed to go with him to the hotel or whatever. But I was at the office, got there at like 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, we talked. He gave me a little update of everything, what meps was going to be like, how the hotel was going to be like, and everything. And we was just sitting there waiting for a call from Chief just to make sure that everything was okay and I was good to go to the hotel. So hits 3 o'clock, still no call back from Chief. Hits 4 o'clock, and then he's just like, oh, I'm gonna check to see what's going on. Like, I'm like, okay. So they talked to him or whatever, and then I guess they looked on their program and they seen that all the rooms was taken, so I couldn't go to the hotel, and they had me go through something called E-Lane. So he told me just go home and then I'll come back at 8:30 and we'll head to meps. So next day comes, I get to the office, get there at 8:30. We hop in the car. He gave me my little packet that I will need when I'm at meps. So we get to meps around 9:20, and I go through the scanner. You know, as soon as you walk in, they got the security doors. So you go in, put all your stuff in the box, they scan it through, you walk through, clear, that's cool, you're good. And then I walked in. First thing I did when I walked in, I went straight to the Navy office. So went there, got my name tag and everything, and they told me to just go sit back outside in the little waiting area. So I'm sitting there for like 2 hours, like bored. I couldn't have my phone, so I gave my phone to my recruiter because that's the only thing I had brought with me. And yeah, so I'm just sitting there, and then I noticed there's another dude from E-Lane like there too. So I started talking to him, chatting it up and everything. And I was just like, oh, how long you been here? He was like, I've been here for like 5 hours. I'm like, damn. Well, I just got here. So yeah. After that, they finally called at the front desk for E-Lanes, and it was only the two of us. But then it only ended up being me, because something happened with him. I guess he went through something he wasn't supposed to. So I was the only E-Lane. I get up, I walk there, scan my finger at the front desk. He gives me this packet information, and then he sends me up to medical. Go up to medical, get there, I'm just looking at everything, just like, oh, there's a lot of people in here. So I gave my folder to the people at the front desk. They looked through it. It took them like 10 minutes because I was just standing there for a while, and then the lady told me I can sit down. So I sat down. They got done with my paperwork, and they sent me to do my blood pressure test. So I'm sitting there. I'm relaxed, just letting them take the blood pressure. Well, do my blood pressure test, and that was over fast. After that, she told me to go sit in the front seat for hearing. So while I'm sitting there, it's like 4 other people lined up there, and a guy walks past and he's like, oh, we have an E-Lane. And I was just like looking like at them like, okay, like what's the difference between an E-Lane and y'all? Like I'm guessing E-Lane was like express lane. I don't know exactly what it was for, but that's what I was under. So it's like they was like, okay, you go do your vision test next. Did I say, yeah, I think I said hearing, but I was supposed to do my vision test first. So I went to go do that. Vision test is simple. I mean, I'm thinking you just go in, cover your eye, and look at a poster up on the wall. But no, it's like they have this little thing you look through, and it's like the letters that you will usually see at a doctor's office that's on the wall, but it's through this little thing. So I did that. She made sure I was able to read the first line, and then she asked what line I can read clearly. So I chose line 9, and then read through that, done, and then after that, we did this deaf little chart thing. It's like, how can I explain it? Okay, it's a bunch of circles, but one of the circles is popped out more than the others. I would say that's more three-dimensional, I guess. So with that, I did about 7 lines. It was like you'll go through, it's 5 circles, and then it's like it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and then it's like 3, 2, 4, and then yeah, you just go through like that. And if you mess up, she'll let you know like, oh, you got one more chance. Oh, hold on. Okay, next. Sorry, I had to pause it. Currently at work, so my boss came in. Um, but so after the little debt test, you do a colorblind test. That one is fairly easy. They give you like 3 seconds through each slide, and there's gonna be a number. And I mean, if you can see it, then tell them the number. But if you can't, then that's that. So after that, they sent me. Well, the lady had left during my test, and then a guy came again. The same guy came again, and he's like, "Okay, we're about to go do your hearing test." So I get to the hearing test, and it's like, you know those sheds that will be in the backyard of somebody's house, and they have all their tools in there. They looked it like that to me, and it's like you open the door, go in. It's 4 seats. Um, so I got in there, sat in, and I adjusted my headset, and then it's like after I adjusted my headset, I guess he started the test. So I'm sitting there, and it's just like you hear the beep. So you press the button, you click it, and he started on my left ear first. So it's just like I'm waiting for the sound, like click, 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 and then it's like when as it got lower, it was kind of hard to hear. It's like I can hear my heartbeat, and I can hear me breathing, and it's just like that was kind of messing up with me trying to hear for the noise. So for a minute, I just stopped and held my breath. I was like, click, like really trying to hear, because my heartbeat was like just going faster, and then it's just like I can't hear nothing. So I try to hold my breath and stop my breathing so I can hear a little better. Um, and then he went on to my right ear. On my right ear, I did the same thing, but apparently I missed one of the beeps. I don't know how, but I missed one. So after that, went into the briefing room. Um, went through that. I didn't have to wait for a whole class to get in there. He just went through it with me. I signed it, and then he gives you this form that you didn't already filled out at your recruiter office. So they're trying to see if you're going to lie or like have an answer change, because they'll compare that with what you did at your recruiter's office. And I mean, it shouldn't really change for anything whatsoever. It should be the same. So I went through that, signed off, and then he was just telling me after that we'll go to a room to do um, the physical test and everything. And he asked me, did I do my P test? Yeah, I told him no. So he took me in the bathroom, and man, I mean, it wasn't weird or nothing. It was just like, you got to do a P test. I mean, so whatever. But they really stare at you. I mean, like, I walked in and he was like, okay, like, go ahead, get the cup, twist it off. And then he was just like, make sure everything lands in the cup. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, I gotta use the bathroom too, so I'm gonna use it. So, I used to start using the bathroom, and it's just like, he's using the bathroom as well. And it was just awkward, because it was just like, when I'm using the bathroom, I just look straight. Like, I don't really look down, but I had to look down because I was trying to pee in the cup. But he like leaned over, and he was just like watching it, like trying to see if I was really using it. I'm like, I looked at him. I'm like, okay, this is awkward, but whatever. So he was like, all right, you're done. Finish the rest in the urinal and tie it. I mean, twist it on. So twist it on. and then I flushed the toilet, and then he told me to like hold it up over my head like this, and then walk to the window that's in the bathroom. And then the guy he took it, I read over, made sure everything was me, and then he took it, put it in a bottle or whatever. Then I was done with that, and he told me to come around and do blood. So after that, I went around to do blood. As soon as I get there, hop in the chair. Um, I think he did it on this arm. So this arm was laid out, and then he put the string over it, tied it up, tapped it. I have good veins, so my veins pop out. So he was able to find my vein with ease, stick the needle in there, take the blood. Boom, I was done with that. And after that, he told me to go to the room to do the physical test. So I'm walking to that room. I don't know if I was just supposed to walk in there or if I was supposed to like wait for somebody. So I talked to the dude that was like standing right there, and he was like, "Oh, nah, just pick up that box and walk in." So I pick up the box, open the door, and I walk in, and I'm just like, type of shit is this, yo? Like, it's like 20 guys in there, and they boxers. Well, briefs, boxers, whatever. You can wear either or. Um, I was just like shocked, and then it's like the guy who's doing the training walked up to me. He was like, "Okay." He's like, "Oh, we got another one. All right." So you see them get how they are, put everything in the box, stand over there, and then just hop in line. I'm like, okay. So, you know, I got ready, and it's like, this is the main thing that pissed me off during MEPS. The whole process thing was like it was actually quick, and the only thing that took forever was this physical test, and it was just like, I don't understand like why this took so long, and like everything that we was doing, it wasn't complicated, but it's like, I mean, they make you do the normal tests. I mean, you stand on your toes, you stand on your heels, you do a little few gestures like this, and I mean, you'll stand on your tippy toes and do a Y. I mean, everything was simple, but the main thing that people had a problem with was the duck walk. And the duck walk was not that hard. It wasn't hard at all. It was like it was too easy. So sadly, we had to keep doing this over and over because there was a few guys who just couldn't do the duck walk for nothing. Like literally being flat-footed, not on their tippy toes and switching to their heels, but literally bent down, just like stumping. Like I don't understand how you can't just be on your tippy toes and then go to well, like I don't get it. They just made that the complicated thing ever. That's what made everything take forever. So after the whole physical test, though, you go back to the doctor's office. They'll let you know if you pass, you're cleared, and everything. Oh, I did miss something. So you visit the after my blood test, I had to visit the doctor first before I went to go do the screening. I mean, the physical test. So went to the doctor that was like across from the blood where I got my blood drawn, and he was cool. We sat down. He talked to me, let me know what he needs to do, and then we just had a cool little conversation in the beginning. And then he was like, "Okay, strip." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Strip, get naked." I'm like, "Okay." So take everything off. Then he's like, "Your socks too." I'm like, "Damn, the socks." I'm like, "Okay." So you go do a normal checkup. Check your ears, check your mouth, check your eyes, and then he will ask you to stand up, and you gotta take off the boxers. So took that off, and they just do a quick check, like just a quick touch and feel, and then yeah, And after that, he told me to turn around and spread them, and I was just like, spread what? He was like, spread them. I'm like, okay, like that was awkward. And then he was like, okay, you're good. Get dressed. So got dressed, and he stamped the paperwork after, and then I went to go do the physical. But after that, I had to come back and visit him, and he just checked to make sure everything was clear, gave me the stamp again, and then I went to hop in line at the front desk for medical so they can sign off on it or whatever they needed to do. And they told me I was good to go. They gave me my paperwork. They told me to after I eat lunch, go down to back to the Navy office. So went in there, and I was like very hungry. I did not eat once I got there. I woke up at like 8 o'clock. I didn't eat because I know they said that like messes with the blood pressure test. Like if you drink too much orange juice or you eat like sugary stuff like pancakes, syrup, and yeah. So I didn't eat anything. So hold on. Okay. So after we went to lunch, well, after I got done with medical, you go to lunch. That's like literally like right next door. So you walk out and go to your left. Um, so I got there. They had like a little bootleg Subway going on. You know, they had the little sub sandwiches, like the little 6 inch. It was either turkey or I believe it was ham. And they had the little bag of lettuce with the tomatoes and chips, soda, water. I got water because I don't really want to be drinking soda that often. So after that, I ate it. To me, that was like that meal was nice. Like, cause I was so hungry. Like, you don't understand how hungry I was. Like, I eat a lot, so being not being able to eat kind of sucks. So finished that. Then I went down, got in line at the Navy office, waited there to talk to a counselor, and just to let them know that I passed my medical. So after that, they take my paperwork. They told me to go sit back down, and while I'm sitting down, I met a few cool people while I was there. You know, talking to them, seeing what type of jobs they'll probably go for and everything. And most people wanted to go for aviation. So I didn't know all my jobs that I was qualified for. So I get in there, they call me, and I get in there and I sit down, and it's like the lady brings up the job list of opportunities that I have. So I had boatsmate, ship serviceman, um, what else? Oh, culinary ah, specialist. I was not trying to do that at whatsoever. She was like, "Which one would you want?" Well, I'm like, I'm not doing culinary specialist at all. And then she told me I had ABF. So ABF caught my attention, and it's like, um, I didn't know if I would qualify for that. So I look it up. Well, she look it up, and I'm reading everything, and I'm like, this is cool. Like, I'll take this job. Like, I'll take ABF. ABF was aviation boatsman fuels. So that's my job. Picked that. Then I went to go do my fingerprints. They scanned all 10 fingers. Well, your thumb's not really fingers, but they scanned all my fingers and printed out my contract. And after that, also I had to talk to a guy about my tattoos. I got 2 tattoos. One that says loyalty, and then prayer hands with the cross, saying one life, one chance. Um, he was asking if my tattoo was gang affiliated. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's not gang affiliated at all. It's just what I go by, like one life, one chance. I mean, then he was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm positive. It's not gang affiliated. I don't mess with none of that." And he was like, "Okay." So he signed off on my tattoo, and he told me not to get no more, at least during depth, because of course once I get through boot camp and everything, I'm getting more. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna get yet, but I'm getting more. So my contract signed. We had to. I had to wait another hour because they do the you swear in like every hour there, and so I had to wait till the next swear in. So we went into the little room where basically they brief you on some things in there, and then after that you go and you swear in, and after that, that was the end of my day, and that was my experience at meps. Also, before I go, I'm gonna show you what they give you at meps. So I got this navy bag. I like this bag a lot. Like, that's the main thing I wanted. But in the inside of it,